So now you have a wonderful idea and you want to execute it. So how do you do it? First, go to my previous video and understand what are the mistakes that you could make in this process. So before that, this is very important. So the first thing is obviously implementation. You would find many people who would say, okay, I had an Uber idea in 2010 and the same idea was executed by Uber and they did it. But those who will succeed are those people who would start the implementation early rather than they are just waiting for someone to actually vet it that their idea is good. This is not the way startup works. When you have an idea, you should immediately start implementation, or otherwise thousands of people would have the similar idea and they would execute it and they would win the game. So this is a race, I would say. So you have to succeed in this race. That is number one point. That is very, very important. The second important thing is, do you need an office space or you can do it at home? If you see all the startups, the big companies like Amazon, Elon Musk related PayPal, and all this stuff, they started from home. So you don't need an office space to actually rent an office space and do all the work, because that would require a lot of capital. And if it exceeds certain limit, let's say you have only investment for 6 months and in 6 months you couldn't complete it because of many reasons, then you would get exhausted. So that is very, very important. Now the next thing is, do you need a team or you can do it yourself? So it depends on your skills. First of all, if you're an AI engineer, why would you need a team to build something? Start with yourself, validate your idea. The most important thing that people do is they go for perfection. You don't need to go in perfection for MVP style product. You need to vet your idea. That is more important. I have seen many products because I have worked with many clients and I have built my own product. I've seen 99% of the time the product fails because the founder says, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be very good looking. Every aspect should be covered. You cannot do that. If you start doing that, this will require too much investment. And at the end of the day, after say 1 year or 2 year, when the capital depletions, you would say, okay, this is the time to end it. And then there is no point doing it. Start with a small thing, implement it, and then launch it and see what are the potential customer. Do they like it or they are using your platform or not? The fourth and the most important thing when you publish this app is retention rate. How much retention rate you are getting? That is the most important thing. New customer coming in and how many they of them they rebuy your same product. So that is very important. Keep an eye on that and excel your product. Add more features to the product along the way. That is the way to go with an MVP style startup. Thank you.